On D-Day, victory depended on movement as much as firepower. Across the beaches of Normandy, U.S. forces relied on transport vehicles to move men, weapons, fuel, and supplies under constant threat. This documentary examines every U.S. military transport vehicle used in the D-Day landings, item by item, and in historical context. Beach assault and immediate shore transport. DUKW. The DUKW, known universally as the Duck, was an amphibious six-wheeled transport vehicle built to move cargo seamlessly from ship to shore. Its watertight hull, propeller, and high ground clearance allowed it to operate in surf and on sand. On D-Day, DUKWs ferried ammunition, fuel, rations, and medical supplies directly from anchored ships to the beaches of Normandy. They reduced dependence on damaged ports and kept frontline units supplied during the critical first hours. Crew experience was exposed and demanding. Drivers fought waves, obstacles, and enemy fire while maintaining balance and momentum. Every successful run meant another unit could continue advancing inland. The DUKW became the foundation of U.S. beach logistics, leading naturally to the lighter vehicles moving men and command forward. Willys MB Jeep. The Willys MB Jeep was a lightweight four-wheel drive utility vehicle designed for speed, flexibility, and reliability. Compact and simple, it could navigate sand, mud, and narrow beach exits where larger vehicles stalled. On D-Day, Jeeps moved officers, messengers, and small teams rapidly across the beaches and into newly secured terrain. They towed light equipment, carried radios, and served as mobile command platforms during chaotic early hours. Crew experience was exposed but agile. Drivers relied on maneuverability rather than protection, weaving through obstacles and shell craters. For many units, the Jeep became the first link between beach landings and inland coordination. The Jeep's versatility set the pace for heavier transport vehicles that followed behind. Dodge WC Series. The Dodge WC Series consisted of light military trucks designed to carry troops, weapons, and supplies close to the front. Available in 1/2 ton and 3/4 ton variants, they balanced payload capacity with off-road mobility. During the D-Day landings, WC trucks moved infantry, ammunition, radios, and support equipment from beach exits to assembly areas inland. Their adaptability allowed rapid reconfiguration for cargo hauling, troop transport, or command duties. Crew experience demanded constant attention. Drivers navigated shell-damaged roads, congestion, and soft ground while maintaining convoy spacing under pressure. For many soldiers, these trucks marked the first organized movement away from the chaos of the shoreline. The WC series provided a bridge between light utility vehicles and armored troop carriers. M3 halftrack. The M3 halftrack combined tracked rear mobility with front wheels, allowing it to traverse rough terrain while carrying infantry safely. It featured light armor, a fully enclosed troop compartment, and mounts for machine guns when needed. On D-Day, M3s moved squads from beachheads to staging areas, providing protection from small arms fire while keeping pace with advancing units. They also transported ammunition and supported light artillery, integrating infantry with mechanized operations. Crew experience was confined but survivable. Drivers and gunners navigated obstacles, shell craters, and soft sand, while troops inside endured heat, dust, and jostling during rapid movements. The half-track's combination of protection and mobility made it indispensable for initial inland consolidation. The M3 half-track's role in moving men and material set the stage for the larger truck convoys following behind. Standard Army trucks. GMC CCKW 2.5 ton truck. The GMC CCKW, nicknamed the Deuce and a half, was a 2.5 ton cargo truck designed for medium-weight transport across battlefield and supply lines. It featured 6 wheels, a durable chassis, and a flatbed capable of carrying troops, ammunition, or equipment. On D-Day, these trucks formed endless convoys moving inland from the beaches, sustaining advancing U.S. forces with vital supplies. Their reliability allowed operations over rough, shell-damaged roads where lighter vehicles struggled. Crew experience was demanding but less exposed than on beach landings. Drivers faced vehicle maintenance, road hazards, and congestion while ensuring timely delivery of materials critical to combat units. For logisticians and frontline troops alike, the Deuce and a half was indispensable. The CCKW set the standard for medium cargo transport, leading to complementary vehicles in the supply chain. Studebaker US6. The Studebaker US6 was a 2.5-ton truck used to supplement U.S. logistics, particularly for towing artillery and hauling supplies. Its rugged chassis and proven engine made it reliable over rough terrain and congested roads. During D-Day, US6 trucks supported rear supply lines, moved ammunition, and occasionally towed anti-tank guns and field artillery inland. Their durability ensured that critical equipment reached frontline units despite damaged bridges and cratered roads. Crew experience was challenging but manageable. Drivers dealt with narrow, congested lanes, unpredictable traffic, and the constant pressure to maintain supply flow under enemy observation. The US6 exemplified practical engineering meeting wartime logistical demands. This vehicle complemented the primary CCKW trucks, forming the medium transport backbone of the Normandy operation. Chevrolet G506. The Chevrolet G506 was a 1.5-ton cargo truck designed for lighter transport duties and tactical flexibility. It featured a simple chassis, reliable engine, and enough capacity for troops, supplies, or light equipment. On D-Day, G506 trucks moved ammunition, rations, and personnel over short distances from beaches to forward positions. They were particularly useful on narrow or damaged roads where larger trucks could not maneuver efficiently. Crew experience was exposed and demanding. Drivers navigated obstacles, shell craters, and debris while coordinating with convoys and frontline units. For many soldiers, the G506 provided their first organized means of transport beyond the beaches. The G506 complemented heavier trucks, ensuring that logistics could reach both frontline and support positions rapidly. Diamond T. The Diamond T 4-ton was a heavy-duty cargo truck designed to carry artillery, vehicles, and large supplies across battlefield terrain. Its robust frame and high payload capacity allowed it to move equipment that lighter trucks could not handle. During D-Day, Diamond T trucks transported howitzers, anti-tank guns, and critical material from beachheads to assembly areas inland. Their strength and endurance ensured that armored and artillery units could deploy effectively despite broken roads and heavy congestion. Crew experience was strenuous. Drivers balanced heavy loads over shell-cratered roads, maintaining convoy speed and avoiding mechanical failure under stressful conditions. For supply officers, the Diamond T was a critical link in keeping combat power moving forward. The 4-ton trucks represented the backbone of heavy logistics supporting the Normandy push, bridging small tactical vehicles with large-scale artillery transport. Troop and personnel transport. White 666. The White 666 was a 2.5-ton truck widely used to move infantry in Normandy. It featured a flatbed with bench seating, allowing rapid loading and unloading of troops under battlefield conditions. On D-Day, White 666 trucks carried soldiers from beachheads to assembly points and staging areas inland. They provided a balance between speed, capacity, and reliability, keeping infantry organized during the chaotic landings. Crew experience was exposed but essential. Drivers navigated shell-damaged roads and soft sand while maintaining schedules under potential enemy fire. For troops aboard, it offered relative safety compared to open beach movement, though every ride carried the tension of combat proximity. The White 666 exemplified standard personnel transport, linking beach landings with inland operations. Modified cargo trucks. Bench-fitted. Some standard cargo trucks were adapted with bench seating to transport infantry rapidly across the Normandy beaches and nearby roads. These improvised carriers could move dozens of soldiers at a time, making use of available vehicles when standard transports were insufficient. During D-Day, bench-fitted cargo trucks provided flexible solutions for troop deployment, particularly in congested or damaged areas where larger trucks struggled. Their speed and capacity allowed commanders to reinforce units quickly and maintain momentum inland. Crew experience was exposed and tense. Drivers balanced heavy, shifting loads while navigating shell-cratered roads, sand, and debris. Soldiers aboard endured minimal protection, relying on speed and coordination to reach staging areas safely. These adaptations showcased U.S. ingenuity in maximizing available resources for critical troop movements. Engineering and specialized transport. M1/M1A1. The M1 and M1A1 tractors were designed to tow heavy artillery pieces, including field and anti-tank guns, across battlefield terrain. They featured tracked rear sections for traction, robust engines, and reinforced frames to handle challenging loads. On D-Day, these tractors transported howitzers and artillery from beaches to prepared firing positions inland. They enabled rapid deployment of fire support, critical for suppressing German defenses during the initial assault. Crew experience was physically demanding. Operators navigated soft sand, shell-cratered roads, and debris while managing heavy towing loads under constant threat of enemy observation and fire. Every successful delivery meant artillery could provide immediate support to advancing infantry. The M1 tractors were an essential link between beach logistics and the firepower needed to secure the Normandy foothold. Tank transporters. Tank transporters like the M15 and Diamond T with trailers were designed to move heavy armored vehicles, including Sherman tanks, from beachheads to inland staging areas. They combined powerful engines, reinforced frames, and long trailers capable of supporting dozens of tons. During D-Day, these transporters relieved tanks of exhausting self-propelled travel across soft sand and damaged roads. They ensured armored units arrived quickly and intact, ready to support infantry and secure objectives. Crew experience was intense and highly technical. Drivers had to maneuver long, heavy vehicles over narrow roads, shell craters, and obstacles while maintaining convoy coordination. For tank crews, it allowed rest and minimized where before entering immediate combat. These transporters were vital in maintaining the mobility and effectiveness of U.S. armored forces inland. Fuel tank trucks. Fuel tank trucks, built on GMC and Chevrolet chassis, were designed to transport gasoline and diesel to frontline units and vehicles. Equipped with large cylindrical tanks, hoses, and pumping systems, they ensured a steady supply of fuel critical for mechanized operations. On D-Day, fuel trucks moved from beaches to inland depots, supporting tanks, half-tracks, trucks, and artillery. Without them, mobility and operational momentum would have quickly stalled, making them a lifeline for advancing forces. Crew experience was high risk. Drivers navigated shell-damaged roads and soft terrain while carrying flammable cargo under potential enemy fire. Each successful delivery directly sustained the combat effectiveness of infantry and armor alike. Fuel trucks exemplified the essential yet often underappreciated logistical backbone of the Normandy landings. Recovery and wrecker trucks. Recovery and wrecker trucks were specialized vehicles designed to tow damaged trucks, half-tracks, and artillery from the battlefield. Equipped with cranes, winches, and reinforced frames, they enabled rapid repair or removal of disabled vehicles. On D-Day, these trucks cleared obstacles, extracted stuck or damaged equipment from beaches, and maintained the flow of logistics inland. Their work ensured convoys continued moving despite shell craters, bombed bridges, and vehicle breakdowns. Crew experience was demanding and hazardous. Operators often worked under fire, in mud and sand, while coordinating complex towing operations. Their efforts prevented bottlenecks and kept both combat and supply units operational. Recovery and wrecker trucks were vital for sustaining the mobility and resilience of U.S. forces during the Normandy advance.